Hello everyone, today we are breaking down Season 1, Episode 8, The Kill Room Where It Happens, of Dexter Resurrection. But before that, remember to like the video, helps out the channel a lot, and subscribe, and yada yada yada, let's get to it. The first thing we see is Batista and his evidence board on Dexter. Last episode, he left AirPods in Dexter's car so he can track his movement. The only issue with this is it doesn't give you logs. It only shows real-time movement. So Batista has to be constantly looking at the app. He is making voice memos of his findings as well. Batista knows Dexter's routine, where he lives, his rideshare route. Once Dexter does something out of the ordinary, get away from that routine, is when Batista will go and investigate him. See if Dexter is up to no good. We are now with Dexter. He wants to take out the last serial killer in Leon Prater's group, Al. He gives him a call seeing if they can meet up. Al says he plans on heading back to Wisconsin that very night, after he watches Hamilton, the musical. Dexter is not very thrilled about this. He wants to take Al out, especially after he saw his presentation last week. If you recall, Al had a video of himself strangling a hiker. Dexter convinces him to meet up for coffee before he leaves. We are now with Leon Prater. He is getting ready for the big gala he is putting on for the NYPD. Charlie shows up wanting to talk to him, and he is not very happy to see her. The two head off to a separate room. She starts talking about Red, Dexter. She thinks he has something to do with what has been happening to the serial killer group, from Mia's arrest and then to the deaths of Gareth and Lowell. Everything seems to be going wrong. She doesn't think she knows him well enough that maybe she missed something. Prater really doesn't want to hear it. He trusts Dexter, especially after last episode. After Dexter's presentation, Prater talked to him about it, saying it was spectacular, that no one has ever been that open and shared these thoughts. It reminded him of the bond he had with his first serial killer. So Prater likes Dexter and doesn't want to hear any slander against him. But he is fine with letting her do her job, so Charlie will be looking into Dexter some more. We are now with Harrison. He's talking to Elsa about her landlord situation. There is black mold in her apartment, and he won't do anything to fix it. Harrison wants to do something to help, but he has already tried talking to him, and that didn't really help. We're back with Dexter. He's looking for a place near the theater where he can set up his kill room for Al. And he has found a perfect place, a wig shop. And the owners are out of town, so it's perfect. And with Al taking ponytails from his victims, it's kind of a fitting place for it to be done. We're now with Batista. He has been monitoring Dexter and has noticed that he has been in the same location for an hour and off his normal routine. Batista believes he is up to something and heads towards his location. He arrives at the location, but Dexter is on the move again. Batista looks around trying to see if there's anything obvious. Why was Dexter here for so long? While Dexter was setting up his kill room, his shoulder started to bother him, so he scheduled an appointment with Blessing's daughter, Joy, for some acupuncture. The two talk and Dexter says something he shouldn't have. He brings up her father's past, him being a child soldier and being kidnapped. She had no idea about this and gets real emotional and says that she has to leave. Dexter knows he screwed up here. Dexter starts packing his kill tools for tonight when he gets a call from Harrison. Harrison needs advice and wants to meet up. Dexter has just enough time to make that work, but they will have to meet up in the theater district. The only bad thing about this is that Batista will see he is spending a weird and long amount of time there, giving him an opportunity to catch Dexter in the act. We're with the father and son. They are sitting down for dinner. Harrison wanted to talk about Elsa's issue with the landlord. Dexter offers to talk to the landlord and says he can be persuasive. Harrison looks at him like, I don't want you to be that persuasive, thinking he's going to kill him. Dexter says he doesn't fit the code first off, but with Dexter being former law enforcement, he can maybe scare him into doing what's right. Dexter knows the lingo and can bring up a bunch of laws and whatnot. When normal people hear code violations and laws broken, they freak out, not wanting to get into trouble, which is what Dexter is planning on. Dexter heads towards the theater where Hamilton is being shown and waits for Al. While he waits, he looks up the landlord, Vinny, who Harrison was talking about, and he sees a lot of bad stuff. Vinny, ignoring tenants' maintenance requests, have gotten some people killed. Obviously indirectly, but still. Dexter starts to think maybe he does fit the code. Harry, the ghost of his father, says he is reaching here. Hamilton just got out and he waits for Al but doesn't see him. He gives him a call. It turns out Al left at intermission because he didn't like it was a rap musical and is already on the road home. Dexter is pretty upset, says he could meet him for a quick bite to eat, but Al is already too far gone. Then Dexter says if he's ever in Wisconsin, maybe they could link up. And Al says he likes to keep this life separate from his family one. Al says goodbye and gets rid of the phone. Dexter is pissed. He returns home and talks to Constance. With her being a landlord, he talks to her about the situation Elsa is having with her landlord. Constance says there are laws with this, especially with mold. She grabs the tenant-landlord handbook for Dexter to read over. Blessing enters and does not look happy. They go down to his apartment and talk. He is very mad Dexter told Joy about his past and thinks Dexter betrayed his trust. Everything will be fine between these two. I think Blessing just needs a minute to cool down. Dexter heads towards Vinny's office. He just got done reading the book Constance gave him. He is now ready to persuade Vinny. He's been here for 2 hours and still hasn't seen him. It turns out Vinny was just hiding in his office waiting for him to leave. Dexter barges in. Vinny asks if he's a cop or a lawyer. Dexter says he is not. Vinny then completely ignores him and leaves. Dexter has had a rough couple of days. He didn't get to kill Al, Blessing's mad at him, and now he just wasted 2 hours to be just blown off. Dexter is now even more mad. Where with Harrison, he has just applied for college. Woohoo! He tells Gigi about it, and she is excited. The two are going to go on a date to celebrate. It is later that night, and Vinny is walking home when Dexter gives him a shot of M99, which is how he knocks out his victims. So it seems Dexter did not appreciate being blown off, and with him already having a kill room set up, he's going to take some of his frustrations out on Vinny. Now, an important thing to note here is that he has his face covered, which means Dexter plans on letting Vinny go. He's just doing this to scare him, because if Dexter actually did plan on killing him, he wouldn't care if he saw his face or not. Harrison and Gigi have their night out. They are dancing. We find out that Gigi has permanent nerve damage from her motorcycle accident, which means she won't be able to become a detective, because she wouldn't make it out of the academy. Harrison tells her she can become a forensic blood splatter analyst like what Dexter did. He put away a bunch of bad guys and still did good. Gigi appreciates this. They head back to Harrison's place where they bang. Bang bang. We're back with Dexter. He wakes Vinny up. He then goes into a monologue here saying he is here because of his tenants and how he's ignoring their pleas, really trying to scare him into changing his ways. Batista, still tracking Dexter, sees he has returned to this location and is now looking around for him. He sees the plastic up at the wig shop and breaks in. Dexter hears the door open. He lets Vinny go. Vinny runs out screaming that he's going to kill me. He bumps into Batista, knocking him to the ground. Batista, wanting to catch Dexter in the act, heads towards the back. But it's too late, he's already gone. Batista calls Detective Wallace to let her know about Dexter's kill room and to come here right away. Dexter is driving away and is trying to figure out how Batista found him, and you can tell he's very mad. He starts looking for a tracking device and finds the AirPods. He smashes them and says he's going to put an end to this. I don't know if he's willing to kill Batista. I would say discredit him, yes. But that isn't going to stop him from investigating him. So I'm curious what his plans are for Batista. Batista shows Wallace and Olivia the kill room. Wallace and Olivia are confused. Where's the dead body? Where's Dexter? Batista tells them how the would-be victim ran off. And he says he was a big Italian guy with black hair. Not exactly a great description, especially in New York. Wallace and Olivia were having their doubts about Batista last episode, that he's obsessed with Dexter. And this kill room doesn't really prove anything. There's no evidence of Dexter doing this, which is the problem with the AirPods. There's no way to show Dexter being here because there are no logs of it. The way the two detectives are looking at Batista right now, they think he put up all this plastic. Batista is really screwed up, like these two think he's crazy now, and will probably ignore his phone calls. Wallace is back at the office looking up stuff on the Bay Harbor Butcher. She calls down to Miami to talk about it. We see an old familiar face, Quinn. Quinn lets Wallace know that Batista is retired and is no longer a captain. Wallace is now completely out on Batista. He lied about still being a captain. What else could he be lying about? Maybe he could be doing some murdering himself. We're back with Dexter and Harrison eating. Harrison is thanking Dexter for talking with Vinny. Apparently he listened and is fixing the issue. We then get a surprise guest, Leon Prater. Dexter is now even more mad. It seems Charlie has been following him. What else has she seen? Did she see the kill room he set up? Does she know he's not red? We will find out next week. And that is the end of the episode. What did you think of it? Leave it down in the comments below. And if you want more Dexter content, please subscribe and like the video. Check out the Twitter link in the description below. And as always, have an awesome day.